I want to return to the biography of Mr. Harry Smith, who, as you may recall, was enslaved for over 50 years and over that time accumulated a wide variety of stories. This one that I'm going to read today is about two brothers who stood together against a mob of white violence. Old Bachelor Craycroft had 175 slaves, and among the number he raised two colored boys named Miles and Martin. Craycroft could not whip them, so he hired them one year to Old Baltimore. Old Baltimore said it did not matter how good a Negro was, he ought to have 500 lashes a year. The boys done well. Baltimore could not find any fault with them. Old Baltimore had 100 acres of potatoes to dig in the fall. The way they dug potatoes was to take a team and shovel plow turn them out, and then the hands picked them up. Each person had a bushel basket, and filling the basket, they were emptied into a large pile. The orders were not to straighten up his back until the basket was full. Old Massa was standing under a large mulberry tree in the field, and his three sons were sitting on the fence a short distance away watching them work. His own slaves did not dare to straighten up under fear of being severely whipped. One of the boys, not used to this kind of treatment, after filling his basket, straightened up. Old Massa discovered it and commenced to curse and swear, using the most horrible oaths imaginable, because he dared disobey this inhuman order, which it was. Old Massa informed him if he straightened up again, he would whip him severely. Martin told him his back ached from picking up potatoes. After a few minutes, past Martin straightened up again. Then Old Massa lit out with his big gold head cane with a spear in it 15 inches in length. He struck at Martin with the butt end of it with all his might. Martin threw up his hand, grabbed the cane out of his hand, and knocked out Old Massa, and he lay there until his three sons came across the field and helped him up. When the sons came up, they had each hickory canes and revolvers. They did not dare to shoot because the slave belonged to another man. Two of the sons struck at Martin at the same time. Miles, a brother of Martin, came to his assistance, drawing his knife, struck one of the sons in the shoulder, cutting him clear down to the hip, and struck the other son, cutting him in a horrible manner. Some of the darkies picked up Old Massa and the two sons and took them to the house and sent for the doctor, who came and dressed their wounds. That night, over 50 whites came there loaded with revolvers, determined to take the boys and whip them. Their owner, Master Craycroft, sent word to whip them. The men surrounded the boys with their guns, ordering them to surrender. The boys held on to the cane, and each was armed with a hemp hook, told them to shoot if they wanted, but the man came within their reach would get his head cut clean from his body. They were kept in this way 4 days and nights without food or drink to make them surrender. White men were laying around in different places for 2 weeks to catch the boys and whip them, but the boys were too cute for them. At the expiration of the 2 weeks, the boys resumed their work. No better men could be found to work than they were, but Baltimore and his sons never attempted to punish them thereafter, and they returned to their former master at the end of the year. Master Craycroft then hired them out to work on a boat. The crew abused them, and the boys, being so quick and powerful, whipped the whole crew, and the captain put them off the boat a long distance from home in a dense wilderness. In due length of time, the boys returned home. Master Craycroft sued the captain for putting them off the boat in the wilderness, where they were exposed to all dangers, as he did not return them according to the agreement. At the end of an extensive lawsuit, the captain of the boat, whose name was Shillcross, had to pay Master Craycroft $4,000 to settle this matter.